I might pull up on you to interview you. Hey, tell me where you from. Tell me what you do. What year you graduated? What high school?
I graduated from Hot 98.1, Carolina's #1 hit music station. It's your boy Breylon BMan Jones, back again for another episode of Brilliant Views, man. I got two special guests in the building with me today, man. I got Khemo and J N in the building, man. Listen, I've been trying to get these guys up here for about 6-7 months. Done seen them in the clubs, done seen them at performances, done seen them everywhere, but haven't got them in the studio. But we got them in here today, man. How y'all fellas doing, man?
Hey, man, we're doing good, man.
Everything. Hey, man, listen, bro. Once again, it's a pleasure to have y'all boys here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely got to talk about all this good music y'all got going on, everything y'all got going on, just period.
Yeah.
So, man, let's just start it off. What made you guys pick up the mic in the first place?
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I just been a fan of music, like just listening to it. I was the one that, you know, you had the little blank tapes back in the days to record songs. I just fell in love with music, and then I think it was like my fall semester. I went to Georgia, and I was just up there chilling, and my sister one day was like, I'm going to the studio, you want to go with me? I was like, yeah. She was like, we about to do a song. Like, I'm not a rapper, man, but you know, everybody got that dream of rapping.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she was like, you want to get on a song? I was like, yeah. I wrote a little verse or whatever, and I went to the studio and I recorded it. And first time ever recording, doing anything like that. And when I came out the studio, the look on the producer's face was like,
where have you been, bro?
And I'm like, what? I do something wrong? I'm thinking I did something wrong. Like, man, I did something wrong. He was like, how long you been rapping? I was like, today.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Started going from there.
And he's like, nah, man, you been rapping long, and I've never heard. If you wrote that today, I've never heard nobody do nothing like that.
Right.
He said, you got a gift, man. You might be the one.
Right. I got you. Okay, that's what's up,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
Hey, yeah, that's dope, man.
Me, myself, man, I've been writing poetry since I've been 9 years old, so I just always been a writer, you know, always listening to music growing up, and our generation coming up, man. You know, we had, I think some of the best music came from the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was definitely easy to be inspired to do it, and about 3-4 years ago, man, I just decided to get behind the mic. I really always wanted to do it in high school, but you know, playing basketball, you know, being a popular person, it was like, man, I ain't want to do what everybody else was doing. So, yeah, once I started doing it, though, man, you know, people was telling me that they liked what I was doing. You know, they like everything I stood for. So having that support behind me, it definitely was motivation to keep going.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's up. Now, how did this connection come together? Was it from the sandbox? Y'all meet in the studio? What happened, bro? How did this come together, bro?
I met Jay on the side of the road.
I'm
joking. Nah, me and Jay, we known each other for a minute, man. And actually, we didn't even really meet, like, through music.
Right.
His best friend is actually my god brother.
Okay.
So that's originally how I met.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy. I known Jay for a while, and then, I mean, we linked up in the studio one day because we would run into each other, bro. I don't even remember.
Nah, I ran into you at Redemption one time.
Yeah.
It was hooping, and he was like, damn, man, it's been a minute, you know, boom, boom. And then I seen him at Pure Vapors performing one night.
That is right.
And I got on the mic, and I just kicked a little jump.
Yeah,
and then it was like, damn, you do music? It was like, yeah. Then we got on the song together, Confessions of a Sinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got on that.
He be in mine.
You guys are in the studio. Like, how competitive is it? Like, what is that like when everybody's in the studio, whole crew's in there? How is that, bro?
Man, it's like Kobe and Jordan being on the same court, man. Putting in that work, you know, coming for each other's head. We not coming in there to play around. We not coming in there. Yeah, we're not coming in there to just root each other on.
Right. You don't want to be the nigga that's a weak link on the song. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like when y'all be hearing those verses, it's like even though I be the one rooting for him when he doing something else, like when it come together, it's like,
my verse
right,
I gotta
bring you too. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, Khemo. Now you have the Art of Rap.
Yeah.
And you also have the Art of Rap 2 that you just released a couple months ago.
Right.
Now, what was the motivation behind those two projects? Like, why did you name them the Art of Rap?
For one, man, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? I like to
I
draw.
can tell that through your cover art. Bro.
Yeah, man. I like to draw. I just love art in general, all forms of it. And then with me saying the art of rap, I feel like that art has been lost when you listen to music nowadays. Like, people just want a catchy beat, something they can dance to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No substance. You know, I mean, we all know, man. That's just what the term music is taking.
I mean, that's a part of hip hop too, but
yeah,
that's like it shouldn't. How it is now is the majority instead of just every. Like when we growing up, it was like we had a couple songs like that, right? But most of the people, they gave us some substance.
It's kind of like art itself. You got the artists that'll just flick paint on the canvas. Yeah. Like that looks good, you know what I mean? But then you got the Michelangelos, the Picasso.
So that's why I feel like, you know, the art of rap, it was like, since it's so lost nowadays, my story was, I'm gonna show you the art of actually rapping. You know, storytelling, giving you content, right? You know, giving you something, you know, to feed your brain.
Give you some deep stuff like that song you got called Blackmail. When you're talking to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. How, like, what were you doing? Like, man, I'm about to write a song speaking of these two, you know what I'm saying, greats, about how they influenced me and how their influences are still needed today.
Really, man, I think when I was coming up with the concept of that song, I think I actually heard the beat first. Okay. And, you know, when I was listening to the beat, it was just like all I could hear was pain behind it, you know. So I started thinking about, you know, what causes pain in my life. Okay. You know, and at the time I wrote Blackmail, man. I probably wrote Blackmail at the beginning. No, it was the summer of... It might have been the summer of like 2016 or something like that. Okay. And it was, of course, when a lot of, you know, when they showed the police brutality, the killings and stuff. Right. So we all had that rage built up in us. And, you know, that was just my way of expressing it. You know, my way, like, if I could write a letter to two of the people that fought for it the most, you know, the two people we all know, that way I can relate it to the people easier. What would I say? What would I say? You know, how would I go about saying that to them? You know? So it's basically a letter to the two greats, basically.
I got you. Yeah, bro, I heard it, bro. I think it was the first time I heard it. Was it February? Yeah, when they dropped the visual.
I released the visual last Black History Month. So Black History Month of last year, I released the visual. What, 7-8 months before the album even came out.
It's even though you released it that far ahead, it still held substance when you released it on the album itself. Right. Dang, the fact that he can do this 7 months ago, really, and then it still hold true to now is cool. Yeah. But like, God, can we get some, like, 7 months we had no change? Yeah, with the fact that you know what I'm saying, you released it 7 months again on the album itself, it still held true. Like, dang, that's cool, but dang, like, can we get some better things going on in the world? But you always are pretty, like, political and talking about real life things in your music. Right. So that's cool, man. That's what's up, because we definitely need that in the culture.
Man. You gotta make that timeless music, man. And you know, history always repeats. So if you come with the right content, then it's always gonna be relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Now, J N. Yes, my brother, what was the motivation behind June 16th, man? People don't even understand that date. Some people don't. I do.
June 16th is my little sister's birthday.
Oh, never mind. I don't understand that date.
Yeah, that's her birthday. Okay. She passed 3 years ago now. Okay. And I use her birthday as kind of my rebirth into the person who I was supposed to become after that tragedy hit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once that happened, you kind of fight battles and you find out who you are. So it was kind of like, in the music, it was like I was reborn because I had a new purpose. And so when I started the All Love thing, so it gave me a new beginning. So I used her birthday as the kind of the plot of that new beginning. Right. For me, you know what I mean? So.
Understood, man. So now some of those songs, then they have to be kind of directed in her direction too, or they just that makes more sense now. Because I was like, maybe I didn't understand the title either. I was like, maybe I don't know, but that's dope that you did that in her honor. So that picture is her too, then.
Yeah, that's her. That's actually her.
Okay, that is what's up, bro. Now let's talk about Negoose and Godflow. So
Right.
what are those two? What are the motivation for those two come from? I know from your sister, but like the fact that you got Khemo on there, you also got the Queen. I forgot her name.
KK.
KK. She's on there as well. So like, where did that come from? Like, what was the motivation behind those two songs?
Well, in all honesty, the song is KK came up with the concept, and we heard it. We was like, okay, that's dope. We was like, let's make that a track. You know what I mean?
Right,
so we went to the studio, we cooked it up a little bit, and we gave it the name Niggas because we were born as kings and queens.
Right.
So in the rebirth of myself, of the emergence of me, the new beginning, I wanted to come out the womb brand new. I wanted to come out the womb feeling like,
come on, like God,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean? So you want to take that and what they say mood.
Yeah,
that's my mood.
That's your mood.
You know what I mean? So
come back out the womb like God.
Yeah, so it's like
God.
And then who else to put on it? You know what I mean?
Right, I got you. So for a guy, like a god and a goddess,
right?
The people that you with, that y'all, you know what I'm saying,
right.
coming up at the same time, all love, bro. And your clothing line is dope too, bro.
I appreciate it.
I still got to get the heart with just the crown,
the halo.
The halo, yeah. I was like, yo, that's
get all that.
I gotta get that. I need that. I need that. Now it has taken us a minute to get in the studio together and sit down and have a conversation. But that's really because you guys are actually, people say they're booked and busy, but y'all are actually booked and busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, with all these different shows, traveling all these different places, colleges, random cities, here in Greenville, Columbia, Atlanta, everywhere, what would you say was your favorite show or favorite, you know what I'm saying, opportunity or moment that you guys had so far? Because I know y'all got so much more coming.
Man.
But like, out of what y'all have done, like, what was you like, yo, this is really happening right now, bro?
I would say it's a landslide on which one is my favorite show.
Got you.
but in all honesty, I don't think it was my best show. So you saying best or favorite?
I'm gonna say favorite, not
favorite.
best. I'm gonna say favorite.
And I hope my people don't get mad at. Well, actually, it was. We still had like almost 20 people come down to see it. It had to be opening up for Gucci, man.
Okay.
Because you know, it's like, I don't know, man. When you have that dream, you know what I'm saying. I want to be a rapper. That dream is standing on a big stage, looking out and seeing thousands of people. And just a sea of people to where you can't even make faces out because there's so many people.
It was like 10,000 people.
10,000 people, bro. Yeah. And when I got on stage, I was like, this is where I need to be because I'm actually comfortable up here with 10,000 people looking at me. And that was by far my favorite show, man.
Cause when I seen it, the first time I met you,
favorite too?
Yeah, was that your favorite show?
It's a. I can't give it my cause that the one when I did in Bon Secours for T.I.
Yeah, see,
that was home. It was home. It was, you know what I mean, home crowd. So I wanted that Gucci one, the feeling of that, cause home crowd is a lot of people know you. Like I ain't gonna say everybody didn't know me, but it was easier because I was home.
Yeah.
To go out in front of strangers and have that same effect, I was like, it's over with. You know what I mean? So I'm torn between the two. But if I had to take one, I had to go with the T.I. performance because of it was like the part when I was talking and everybody put their cell phones up and had to jump lit. I was like,
this is real. This is real. This is really happening. Man, that's dope, bro. That is crazy. Cause like, I'm like, yo, they rapping. I remember the first time I ever seen King. I was like, yo, it was at the
Talk about the little house party.
No.
Oh.
It wasn't a house party. The first time I ever met you was
No.
Nah, but the first time was it was an event at Zen. Y'all was rapping. Everybody had on the all black bandanas and shades. I'm like, who are these people?
The YSWN show.
Yeah,
it was a lot. It was like, I want to say attendance was like 400 or 500 people.
I was like, bro, who are these guys? Why are they in all black? What's going on, bro?
We was out there mobbing. And the crazy thing is, that was one of my first shows.
Really?
Yeah. So to be in front of that many people, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, but I was just like, man, I just gotta get up here and knock it out, man.
Right.
I just gotta get up here and do it.
Understood. Now let me ask y'all something. Now, the All Love, the whole crew. First of all, I want to know, when are we gonna get an album with everybody on the album at the same time? I know y'all always featuring each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pop up here, y'all pop up there. But are we ever gonna get just an All Love album?
Nah, it's gonna be like the Dre Detox. We ain't coming out with
They didn't lie to you.
I don't know. Man, you never know, man.
You never know. Okay.
You might have spoken into existence.
Hey, if I did, you heard it here first on Brilliant Views. The All Love album, I told them boys to make it. It's
But
my
right
idea.
now, I don't know what you're talking about.
All love.
But now let me ask y'all this though, for real. What if you had to sum up? You know what I'm saying? Khemo as a rapper, J N as a rapper. Like your message. What would you say your all around message is, as far as like through your music? Like what you want people, like if I got somebody in the car, what this their first time hearing you?
Right.
What do you want them to hear and feel through y'all music?
I mean, me personally, I just want people to feel my story, you know what I'm saying? And I know that may sound like a cliche answer, but I feel like everybody's individual. And I feel like a big problem in the game is artists won't let people in. They all rapping about the same thing. And it's like, if we all unique, then how is your music talking about the same thing? Give me your story, you know what I'm saying? Give me what you went through, how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I want people to get from me, you know, the uniqueness of me, you know, my story, how my perspective on the world, how I want to, you know, how I view this, how I view that, you know.
I got you. Jay?
Well, my music is basically a diary over beats.
I got you.
Like, whatever I going through or went through, that's what I'm telling. And it's kind of like the gift of turning pain into healing.
Okay.
So it's like I turned something that molded me into something beautiful. So I'm showing people that, hey, just because that past was dark don't mean
can't have a bright future.
you can't use it for better, you know what I mean? So I just take the message, I just take the feelings, the everything, man, you know, I put it into the music. And then you want people to hear it, and somebody they might hear that song and they be like, hey, that song touched me, bro. I went through that too. So listening to you tell that story, I rap that, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm letting it out, you know what I mean? So it's like they take that and then they use it and they like, man, that's a little bit of healing for me, you know what I'm saying? Like to get that out.
Now you guys also, y'all are pot stirrers, okay? Y'all be stirring the pot, bro. Every time I get on my social media, like, bro, they stirring the pot some more, bro. But anyway, let's talk about this cypher challenge y'all have put out there, man. Y'all put it out with, is it Dope Talks? Dope
Talks.
Now what is that, bro? How do people do that? And are they adding to this challenge, or are they just talking about it and not joining the challenge?
Oh, they saying they are.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I ain't heard.
All that trash, everybody done talk. Give me your record said. All that trash, y'all done talk. Y'all better be ready. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm like, bro, that's what
y'all
the
better be ready.
Is, bro. It's ciphers, like people actually sit down rapping. You give me yours, you give me mine.
First of all, it started as just a regular, man, you know, people, they have their competitive spirits or whatever, man. That's all it started was like, hey, I got a group of niggas, we can rap.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see us with rap. That's all I was saying. And people, you know, people came under there, you crazy. I got a team that'll crush that.
Right.
And I'm like,
show me,
prove it.
Meet me at the court.
You know what I mean?
Meet me at the court.
So it was like somebody was under there, they was like, oh, y'all boys wild, and I can get me a team together. You know what I mean? He said, bro, I got a team for you. So it built like that. Like, it wasn't even a thought. So when I was sitting there reading the comments, I was like, why not turn it into something? And then keep it as like a challenge or like a, you know what I mean, like a sport.
Right. Meet me at Springfield.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You talking junk, you want to meet at the court.
Yeah.
So it turned into that, and people was like, yo, this is really like bringing people together. So that's what I seen it as like, I was like, why not?
Right.
So like everybody unified for the sport of rap, not nothing crazy, but then it brings the traffic. It brings, because people, you got social media, bro. Let's be honest. They like drama.
Yeah, they do.
They like. So you got to find a way to take drama
and make it a good thing.
make it a good thing.
Yeah. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Make competitive.
So we just made it into a challenge, and now you funneling that traffic. Now it went a little sideways for a little while.
We were talking about that sideways.
It went a little sideways.
But yeah, bro, I seen. I was like, okay, that's dope. So are people? I know you probably can't tell me, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Are people like entering? Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. People got their teams together for real.
Okay. Got a couple out of town teams.
Even if they don't.
Yeah. Even if they don't, they gonna. It is what it is.
I mean, they got their caskets ready.
Stirring that pot.
Hey man,
Stirring that pot.
I think people genuinely just like to see the competition, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk trash on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, on social media, but it's all like, it's all like, you know, this what it's gonna be. We're gonna talk trash to each other, but you know, when I see you out, man, it's all love, man. And that's what I love though, because usually when you get, I don't think I've ever heard of rap beef where people was just, you know, just kept it strictly music. It always turned into something negative.
Right.
So the fact that we can treat it like a pickup game of basketball, you know, ain't nobody coming to the court to see everybody shoot around.
Oh, no.
But if you say it's a 3-on-3 tournament, everybody coming out because either they want to see somebody win or they want to see somebody lose.
It may get a little heated.
They want to see competition.
Yeah,
and then after the game, we can all eat pizza and drink high C. You know what I'm saying?
Eat pizza and drink high C,
yes,
man. Hey, that's what it's about, though.
Right.
But now, I gotta ask y'all now. Throwaways.
What about it?
Rolling peace. Now, throwaways some more bait to throw out there for other people to say, hey, man, this is a little bit of what my team can do.
Throwaways was actually just to wake people up and give them a dose of what the cipher might be like.
I got you.
Yeah. You know, at the same time, it was bars that we just wrote. We was like, man, you know, these just throwaways, you know, just to let y'all know it's more.
Yeah, this
you
is
know,
song. It's a little something.
You gotta put people on notice. You know what I'm saying? You gotta send them film.
And Rolling Peace, was that another film?
Rolling Peace is a totally different story. It was.
What's a little? Don't give me the whole story. But give me a taste of that story because I seen it.
Okay.
And I was like, what is going on?
This how Rolling Peace came about.
Who upset this man? Like, why he do this?
A couple guys, you know what I'm saying? They decided they was gonna put out a diss track on me and Jay.
Okay.
Not a friendly competition though, you know. So, you know, they put their diss track out. You know, caught a little traffic. And when I heard the diss track, up until then, I had wrote nothing because I was like, I don't even know if they really gonna diss me. Like, let me see what they gonna do.
Right.
Well, when they wrote the diss track, they name dropped on me a few times. Nothing crazy, in my opinion.
Right.
But it did kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody challenging me.
It's like,
so it's like, oh, you said my name, bro? Yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. So, you know, I wrote a response, went to the studio next day, recorded it, put it out the day after that. And
caught fire.
It just caught fire, bro.
Yeah, I seen that. I was actually headed up here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's how you feeling today.
But the crazy thing, one thing I do want to say though, I don't want, like, the reason I went so hard is because, you know, I want people to know, like, if you're gonna try me,
I'm gonna come right back at you.
I'm coming to destroy you.
Right.
Be sure you want to try that. On the other hand, though, I have to give them their props because if they wasn't like known and they weren't working on their craft, because if somebody come at me and they don't have a resume,
I'm not gonna come.
I'm not responding to you, bro. Because now you trying to, you know what I'm saying? I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, trying to eat off me.
But these guys, I mean, they actually been working. You know what I'm saying? I done seen them perform. I done seen them. You know, they put out what 2 albums in 4 months. You know what I'm saying? These ain't no
Rudy Poo.
Yeah. These guys put in work. That's why.
Like in they lane.
Yeah.
In they lane, they're the top.
Okay.
They're top tier. You know what I mean?
In their lane. I got
in their lane. You know what I mean?
seen it. I was like, yo, that's. But once again, that's that friendly competition.
Friendly competition, man.
This is what I do. What you gonna do?
Right.
Which is gonna all build up into that cipher.
Yeah.
We might get it
Shout out to Cabin Blaze. Free promo. Yeah.
Free promo. There it is, man. Well, you out giving free promo. Can we get a freestyle? Can we get some freestyles, bro?
Hey man, I'm always down.
You always down for
always.
it? Big. See, got some more throwaways. Y'all stay tuned. We're about to go to the other studio. We're about to hit some more of these throwaways. It is Brilliant Views. We always in here. This ain't nothing new. This ain't no throwaway. This is part of my resume. You feel me? Yeah, here we go.
Shout out to Breylon, man.
I graduated from God gave me a vision, that's a brilliant view. That's a brilliant view. That's a brilliant view. God gave me a vision, that's a brilliant view. Brilliant views.